Hello legends. In this video, I'm going to show you how to scrape LinkedIn profiles to generate new leads without paying for any APIs whatsoever, so that you can create spreadsheets of LinkedIn leads like this that have the lead's name, the title, the link to their profile, and a snippet of information from their profile. And each of these links actually goes to that person's profile that you can then use to either add them or DM them or to run some other automation to find information about their company. And before I actually get into the automation, I just want to show you the method that we're using here is actually, we're basically doing a Google search where we're searching the LinkedIn site specifically for people that fit this profile. So we're looking for CEOs in the automotive industry in the United States. And if I just copy this, I want to show you what we're actually doing here. So I'm just pasting that same search string directly into Google. And if I hit enter, you can see here that all of these results are the same results that we're pulling out from our n8n scenario. So the first one was Jim Farley, which is the CEO of Ford Motor Company. And then we've got him over here, Jim Farley, CEO of Ford Motor Company. So really what we're doing is we're actually using the Google Search API to just search for people on LinkedIn. And then we're returning all these results, we're scraping them and adding them to our Google Sheets. All right, so let's demonstrate how this works. I'm just going to delete all of these search results so we can see that we're starting from a fresh screen. And back in n8n, I'm going to open up my chat. I'm just going to say hi. And now we're triggering off and we're actually executing our sequence. So we're hitting that search API to receive all the results. We're extracting all the results. We're waiting for a little bit so we actually don't hit any API limits for the Google Search API calls that we're doing or for the add to the Google Sheets API calls. I'm just going to stop this here because the list is going to be built anyway. That's what the wait block is for. So yeah, after we hit the HTTP request, we get all the results, which are actually 10 per request. Then we're adding them to the Google Sheets. And then we're just checking, are there any more results from that same query that we initially hit? And if there are more results, we're basically looping back into this module over here, and we're just going to page 2. Now, every API that you hit for the Google Search API, you only get 10 results back. So technically, if you want to get more and more results, you have to hit that API again. All right, guys, just quickly, I have a waitlist for an AI community that I'm going to be building. At a high level, these are the things that I'm going to be offering. So like weekly calls, behind the scenes of my n8n make.com builds, any custom coded stuff that I do, any other interesting things that I work on. I'm actually running this community with my brother, Chris, who has run a lead generation, like a lead gen agency. He also set up Julka.com's full sales and marketing pipelines in the team. So he's very experienced with sales and marketing. I'm very good with AI and automation. So together, I think we have a blend, like a unique blend of an offering. And then the starting price is going to be at $55. So if you fill out the questions below, it's basically your name, your email, and then some information about like how long have you been following my channel, what do you enjoy the most, and then what's a must-have in a community that will make it worth the money for you. Thank you very much, guys. Let's get back into the video. But now over in our Google Sheets, you can see that we got the same result as before. So we had the first 10 from before, but now we did the pagination, which is we're basically going to page 2 and getting another 10 results and another 10 results and another 10 results. So I stopped ours prematurely, but as you can see here, we're able to generate a list of leads extremely quickly. And then we have links to all the leads that we want to contact. All right, so let's break down each module so we can understand how this works. Let's dig into the set fields. So in the set fields, we're actually setting 2 variables. One is called current start index. We're setting that to 1. And then the other one is called max pages and we're setting it to 10. Now, each API call to the Google Search API brings us back 10 search results or 10 LinkedIn profiles. I'm just setting us a limit. So we have up to 10 API calls to that one search string that we're doing. So we can get 100 leads that are CEOs in the automotive industry in the United States. But you can set this higher if you do want. And then you can just generate even more leads for that specific query. So zooming out, the very next thing we're doing is we're actually hitting that search API. So this is where we actually have to create some credentials so we can actually hit the search API. But at a high level, we're just making a GET request to the Google API's /custom search endpoint, which basically allows us to make a Google search using a specific search string. And then we're setting a bunch of query parameters. So these query parameters are actually appended into this URL. But to make it easy for you guys to duplicate this flow, I've just broken them down like this. So we have the API key, so we can actually hit the API. And then we have the CX value from another setting we have to create. And I've got both of those links at the start of this workflow. So just give me a little bit and I'll get to there in a second. And then we have the actual search string. So Q is the name for the search string. And we're basically searching for CEOs in the automotive industry in the United States. And then at the very bottom, we have our start value. So the start value represents which page do we want to start on when we're hitting the API call for this search request. Because technically we could just start at page 10 and then we're good to go. But what we really want to do is we want this to be dynamic. For the very first request, we want to start on page 1. But then every time we make an iteration through, we actually want to pull out that we want to go to page 2, page 3, page 4. So the rest of the code nodes in here actually do that for us automatically. But we have to run this simple expression. So we're asking ourselves, is the run index equal to 0, which is this the very first time we're running this API call? And if it is, then we're basically taking that value from the set fields block. So the set fields block, we're taking that current start index value, which is set to 1, and then we're making this API call. But as soon as we go one rotation around, and now we're on run 2, this statement is no longer true. We're not actually on the first run, we're on the second run. So we now go into this expression, and this expression is the very last module that we have in this workflow, and it basically checks, is there another page of results? If there is, let's loop back around until we hit 10 full pages. Because sometimes you might have a very specific, very niche search that you're looking for, and it might only have 3 pages of results, not 10. Like this is probably a very common string, but you might have whatever you're looking for might be very, very specific, and you might only have 3 pages, so you don't want to be wasting the 4th, 5th, 6th API calls for no reason, needlessly. This flow will actually just stop you. But yeah, this is what this equation is doing. So then for the 2nd, 3rd, 4th API call that we're running through, we're just using the page 2, page 3, page 4, and that's what we're setting from the actual node later on. So for the very first one, we're actually using the set fields, which is set to 1. For this, since we've actually fired up a few times, the actual value is 31 in this case. And now to show you the output of the API call on the right-hand side, you can see if I zoom into here, we have previous page, we had count 10, which is 10 results that we had, and the start index was 21. So essentially going, when this value equals to 1, we're actually looking for the very first search result. So we're starting on page 1 for the very first search result, and then we're plussing 10. So that means when we go to here, when this equals 11, it's actually the start of page 2. When it equals 21, it's the start of page 3, and then so on and so forth. So we're actually plussing an extra 10 each time, simply because there are 10 results per API call. But anyway, I'm just going to zoom out of here. And then we have all the API results. So we have Piotr Straka, which is the president and CEO of Bendix Commercial Vehicle. Then we have all the information associated with him. And you can kind of keep scrolling down, and then you have the rest of the 10 results. Now, to set up your credentials, I've got some information over here. So there's actually 2 things that you need to do. The first is you need to go to your Google Cloud Console, and then you want to create yourself a new project. So I'm just going to click on my project. Then I'm going to go to new project. I'm going to call this LinkedIn-2 because I've already got LinkedIn 1. All right, and Google's a little bit tricky. So even though we created the project, it's not going to go into that project for us straight away. So we have to just select our project. Once you've selected your project, let's go back to n8n. We want to search for and enable the custom search API. So let's just type that in, custom search API. Let's click on it. Awesome, let's go enable. All right, awesome, it's turned on. And now we want to go to credentials and then create an API key and then copy our API key value. So I'm going to go credentials. I'm going to go create credentials, API keys. I'm going to copy this value. I'm going to close this. And now on LinkedIn Scraper, I want to go back into our HTTP module, and over here where it has key and then the value, I'm just going to backspace this, paste this one in, and now I'm just going to leave that to save. And the second thing we need to do is create a programmable search engine. So let's click on this link. Okay, so our instructions are create a name, leave it as search entire web, and then copy the CX value from the field that is created. Okay, so I'm going to go Google-search. And then I'm going to go search entire web. You can technically just put the LinkedIn domain over here, but if you do want to use this method for other websites, then just leave it search the entire web. I'm going to go on I'm not a robot, click create. Let's just zoom out. And once this is ready, we have our CX value, which is this little bit over here at the end of this URL. So I'm going to copy that, Control C, go back into LinkedIn, double click on this, and where it has CX value, I'm going to backspace and then paste this in. All right, awesome. And now one more thing I want to speak about quickly. So what we're doing is we're using the free tier for the Google Search API, which gives us 100 requests per day. Now, each of those requests returns 10 search results, which means that 100 requests per day by 10 search results is 1,000, essentially 1,000 search results or 1,000 LinkedIn leads per day that you can run at no cost. Now you can upgrade your tier and just pay a little bit more, and then you can do essentially unlimited, like whatever you want to pay for, you can just amp it up. But this means that you can do 7,000 new leads fresh from LinkedIn for free per week, which I think is absolutely fantastic for this method. So that's one thing to keep in mind. We'll come back into here and actually test it out, but let's go into the extract values now. Okay, so what's happening in this code node, you can go through this code, you can put it into ChatGPT to explain it for you, but essentially we're going through this API response, which again is like full of some stuff that we probably don't need, and it's pulling out each of those 10 LinkedIn profiles and then pulling out their name, their snippet, the actual URL to their LinkedIn profile, and that information that we're essentially adding to Google Sheets. And then it's taking this, it's cleaning it up with the code, and then it's putting the search results here. So you can see we have Piotr over here, we have the title, the link, the snippet, the image. If I just zoom in, and then we have the next person is the next result, Edward. We have his title, link, snippet, image, everything else. And then this is just for our sake when we're doing our pagination checks. So we're seeing what start index are we at, and is there any more results on the very next page. Then like I described before, we essentially have this function which is just waiting for 5 seconds. That's because we don't want to hit any API limits for the HTTP call that we're making for the Google Search API, or when we're adding information into the Google Sheets as well. So this is 5 seconds. I find that it works well for me, but if you run into any issues, you maybe just need to pump it up by another 5 seconds to 10. Then for our Google Sheets module, we're essentially just taking all the information bit by bit from the previous node, which is the code block, and then we're adding it and we're mapping it into the into the Google Sheets value by value. All right, so let's go into the next block. Then we have our pagination over here. So this is pretty simple. We're just going through the results over here. We're just double checking that, okay, firstly, what index are we at now? So we know what index we need to be at for the next HTTP call to the Google Search API. And we're just confirming, all right, are there any other search results after this page? So in our case, we had these search results after we run it through the code. Then we had this information brought back to us. So we had continue loop equals true, which means, yep, let's keep going right around. And then we had start index equals 31, which means that, all right, now we need to plug 31 into the HTTP call. So we know we need to start on the very next page and get that very first result. So that's why we have over here, if that condition is true, if we actually do have more results, we go back into this HTTP call. And then if I scroll down over here and I zoom into the start value, you can see that we have 31, just like what we had in that previous check node as well. So we had 31 here because it was 31 there. Okay, awesome. So let me just delete the results that we had over here, and let's just confirm that the Google authentication method that we ran through just before is working. So this is a blank sheet. Let's go to refresh this, reset. I'm just going to say hi, hit enter, and now we're shooting off and then getting our 10 results each time. We're waiting. Let's just confirm that they're added to the sheet appropriately. So let me just pause this now. We should have our first 10 results. And there we go. Our first 10 results are here. Awesome. All right, guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy the video, can you please drop a comment below, like the video as well? It's going to help the algorithm and it's going to help my channel grow. Thank you. See ya.